Me? For real? Oh. You can call from the Bahamas using Rev Boy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards for much less.
Hey girl, are you ready?
You get free unlimited on-island calls, voicemail, and no internet service or ID is required.
Hello?
Rev Boy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards.
Hey, vai bien.
Staying in touch never sounded so good.
Good evening, Bahamas. You're tuned into MB12 Weekend, broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight in news, the family of a police shooting victim seeking legal help after their loved one was killed yesterday. Why police want a gun range moved. A baby's body found among rubbish at the city dump. Plus, the Atlantis chief weighs in on crime in light of a recent armed robbery at that property. We've got those stories and so much more coming up. I'm Paige McCartney, and MB12 starts right now. Welcome once again to MB12 Weekend. The family of a young man who was shot to death by police yesterday evening is searching for answers about the 22-year-old's death. Father of one and Foxdale resident Tariq Wade Fowler was shot near his home. According to a police report, light on detail that was released this morning, the incident took place shortly after 6. Police say they confiscated a handgun from him, but today Fowler's outraged family members say they've yet to receive answers from police. They took us back to the scene where Fowler died in these bushes. Fowler's brother, Jason Rutherford, says Fowler was with several family members when he was shot by police. Rutherford says those who witnessed the shooting admit Fowler was running from police when he was shot.
Tell us if my brother is wrong. Show us where he is wrong. Ain't nobody stand up here for wrong.
Right.
If he pull a gun on the police, nothing we can do but that. That's all we saying.
He did not no gun on him.
But show us, prove it to us. Talk to us, say something. Right now they're giving you the runaround. Come clean, man.
Come clean.
Come clean, that's all we saying. Come clean.
Rutherford says his brother leaves behind a young daughter who still doesn't know what has happened to her father. Fowler says his brother died at the scene despite conflicting reports circulating in the media.
Now, I'm not going to stand here and say that, oh, my brother, the police walk up on him and shoot him. No, but he ran. So if you ran, that means he was evading the police.
Right.
That means your back was turned.
Right.
He isn't.
All he trying to do is make it home.
Where's the threat? And him running. Yeah. Okay, they could have shot him in his leg. Right. They used excessive force. Right. He was a loving young man. I mean, he had his, and I can be honest with you, he had his ups and downs. But I'm not going to tell you my brother was a perfect, but my brother wasn't a murderer.
The system ain't right.
Okay? My brother wasn't notorious out there. That's what I'm saying.
For nothing.
My brother wasn't notorious. He had his ups and downs. And this is his little girl. All right? He left behind. Now she is out of a father. She is not out of a father figure because I am here. But that's not the point. The point is we want justice. We want justice. We need to know why was the excessive shoot, was it necessary?
And what's most hurtful for the family, says Rutherford, are pictures circulating social media of Fowler's dead body handcuffed and lying in bushes. MB12 has seen the photos, which are too graphic for television. In the photo, Fowler's hands are handcuffed and resting on his upper chest while his mouth and eyes are open. Rutherford says he knew his brother was dead after the ambulance he was taken in shut off its emergency siren only moments after leaving the scene.
There's many stories circulating in the media. He didn't have a gun. They found a gun. What is it? Because if you find a gun and you kill a man, did that man take the gun and put it on the police? Did he turn the gun on the weapon on the police? He is in the people circulating pictures with him handcuffed in the bush, dead. So I don't know why the hell he go in an ambulance, because dead man don't go in an ambulance.
Meantime, Fowler's father, Tyrone Fowler, says the family will not rest until all its questions are answered. He adds that they also plan to take action.
I expect that due justice will be given to this matter because I will go the full length of the courts to get justice. I cannot bring my son back, but I can seek justice, and that I intend to do with every financial force that's within my power.
The family has already contacted a lawyer. We were unable to reach senior police officials today. Superintendent Paul Roll of the Central Detective Unit, Assistant Commissioner with responsibility for crime Anthony Ferguson, and Commissioner Allison Greenslade are said to be off the island. While executives of the Police Staff Association are calling on government to upgrade the police shooting range that they insist has become a danger to its surrounding community on western New Providence, our Jasmine Bonamy has more in this report.
For years, the police gun range has been a facility where thousands of police officers have trained over the years. But now officials at the Police Staff Association insist there are serious safety concerns.
We don't want to see anyone in the general public be hurt by any means, whereas training is being conducted, which is a necessity.
Delancey and other executives of the Police Staff Association say in recent years the once rural area has become highly developed. Corporal Delancey, who is firearms instructor at the Police Training College and assigned to the Armory Division of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, says it's a concern that needs to be immediately addressed by the government.
The environment is becoming a industrial mecca. On all sides of us now, we're finding that businesses are springing up. Customs has a huge venture behind us. Several churches are on beside us. Across the street, there's some sand mining going on. So we're asking that some funds be invested to cause safety to be adhered to at the police shooting range.
Concerns over the need to update the gun range were revealed shortly after Prime Minister Perry Christie revealed in the House of Assembly that the government has committed more than $8 million to the Royal Bahamas Police Force over the last 2 budget years. PSA executives say while that money has already been earmarked, funds are desperately needed to upgrade the range for the sake of public safety.
The last thing we want to hear is that somebody would have been injured, some innocent person in the general public. Most certainly we can keep the environment in which we operate safe with the police officers and the persons that we're training. That's not an issue for us. The issue is, should a round, because of the unsafe condition at the police shooting range, should a round escape the berm or escape that environment, where's the round going to land? That's a serious concern for us as police officers.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
Well, violent crime continues to raise concern for hoteliers and tourism stakeholders. Just a few days ago, 2 American visitors were robbed at gunpoint outside the Royal Towers at the Atlantis Resort and Casino. But President and Marketing Director for the mega resort, George Marcantonus, said while the incident is cause for concern, he realizes that crime is not something only the Bahamas as a tourist destination grapples with. He said he has been in touch with the 2 guests who were attacked, and they are just fine. He said they also understand that it could just as well have happened in New York City at Central Park.
I think it was an opportunistic moment. By the way, many crime situations are opportunistic, and it's happened. Now, is it anything unusual compared to what's happening anywhere else in any other big city in the world? Absolutely not. This was a robbery. Nobody was hurt. Small items were stolen. I'm not minimizing the fact that we perturbed, but this is minuscule in comparison to many of the other things that happen in every major city in the country. And we're dealing with them just like we would any event.
Well, Marcantonus said Atlantis has taken a stance against crime, just as all other hotels and tourism stakeholders have, by ensuring there's proper security at the various properties. But he said the entire nation has a role to play.
The thing for us, as I've said before, is that we take measures. If we find a weak link, we'll shore it up. And in the end, it's not just the police's business or our security's business. Security is everybody's business. Every single member of the public, you, me, we should know where our kids are. We should know what they're doing. We should report suspicious circumstances. And we need to work in tandem with the law enforcement authorities.
And in other news, police were called to a gruesome scene at the city dump this morning where the decomposing body of an infant was discovered. According to Superintendent of Police Stephen Dean, at around 11 a.m., a heavy equipment operator was clearing a section of the dump when he smelled a strong odor. Police say when the operator went to check it out, he found a plastic bag with the body of an infant decomposing inside. Police aren't sure if it was a newborn. The baby's gender and cause of death are unknown at this time, and police are investigating this matter.